Do you have a favorite cow on the farm?
Yes.
Which one is it?
That tiny little brown calf.
The tiny little brown calf over there? You mean Penny's baby?
Yeah. I think we should name it Copper.
Copper? How many different cow names do you know?
Rosie, Penny, Pepper, Moose, Copper, Rosie.
How about Dusty? Yeah, that's pretty good. I think you've named probably like close to half of them there. What about Emporia? Yeah. Which one is this one here? Do you know?
Penny?
Penny, good job. Hey guys, it's Rhett from the 100 Acre Wood Highlands. It is the last day of 2021, and for the past 2 or 3 weeks, the weather has been beautiful in Oklahoma. It was like almost 80 degrees on Christmas. We wore t-shirts. It was amazing. But tonight and tomorrow, a cold front is coming in, and they are predicting temperatures that will feel like -7 to 10 degrees by Saturday night and Sunday morning. So I have taken yesterday afternoon and today to do some last minute chores, making sure the water hoses are drained, making sure the chickens are taken care of. We're gonna put some extra hay out for the cows. Bear's here getting some extra lovin's. But just this past week, I got my sale catalog for the 33rd Annual American Highland Cattle Association National Sale in Denver. And this catalog has got me drooling over the sales inside of it like I was a little kid, you know, before Christmas time looking through a Lego magazine or something. It has got all kinds of bulls and heifers, some semen straws, some embryos. And so this is something that gets me excited every time something like this comes in the mail. If you are raising Highland cows, or if you're interested in raising them, I would highly recommend that you join the American Highland Cattle Association. They put out publications quarterly called The Bagpipe that's full of great information. It's got information on upcoming events, shows, sales, education stuff. So I always look forward to getting stuff like this in the mail. But looking at this sales catalog and all the stuff I probably can't afford, it had me thinking a little bit about, you know, where am I at right now with our kind of inventory on the farm? You know, what kind of embryos do we have that we're getting ready to use? What kind of semen straws do we have? You know, where are our heifers and cows at in terms of production? And it got me thinking about our goals. So, you know, I run our farm as a business operation. We've kind of got written objectives. We know who our target audience is, and we got a couple of different revenue sources. And so today I wanted to share with you guys some of our main goals for 2022. So with our farm business, the primary objective is to raise and sell calves. And that's a long drawn out process because a cow is pregnant for approximately 9 months, and then that calf needs to be approximately 6 months old before it's of weaning age to be able to sell. So when we set up our business, we knew that the end goal of this animal sale is a multi-year process. And we raise both registered through the American Highland Cattle Association and unregistered cows. Different buyers, whether they're homesteaders, hobby farmers, people that want to raise a show prospect, or other people who want to breed them, they have a different objective for what they want to buy. So if it's somebody that's raising an animal for beef, you know, maybe it isn't important for them to have a registered animal. If it's somebody that's wanting to raise, you know, a herd that potentially has the pedigree to show those animals, then registration is going to be important for them. So depending upon the target audience, they may purchase a registered or an unregistered animal. Beef is one of our kind of ancillary business goals where we really haven't focused on it much yet. We have sold steers to other individuals who are going to raise those animals out for their own uses. But to raise a steer to full size that's going to be able to be processed is even longer. Cow's still got to be pregnant for 9 months, but now instead of waiting 6 months until that calf is weaning age, we probably need to wait till it's about 2.5 years old or more so that it's a full mature size. So one of the goals that we kind of quickly shifted into as we first got into Highlands was we started adding registered Highlands to our fold because I like the idea of knowing the pedigree of those animals and knowing, you know, who the dam was, who the sire was, and having the potential for that animal to carry the genetics that would make it maybe a good show animal in the future. And so for 2022, some of our goals revolve around increasing our registered numbers. All right, well, let's see if we can go find out where those cows are. Ranger, make tracks. Move it, Sansa. Move it. Move it, girl. Move it. Move it. Move it. Come on. Come on. Move. Move. Yeah, you. Go. Go. Come on. Come on. Thank you. So one part of our cattle business that I never realized would amount to anything is YouTube. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to our videos and watching them. This year in 2021, we hit 10,000 subscribers. We just recently had our first video get watched over 100,000 times. And so it's amazing to me that you guys take the time to watch our videos, and it means so much to us. When I first started posting our cows to social media, it was just a fun thing to show off this new breed of cow that I was raising here in Oklahoma. I never imagined that it would actually produce any income for the business. But it looks like this year, the revenue that we make from YouTube will be close to enough to cover our entire winter feeding needs. And really, it's a form of agritourism. When I was in high school and partway through college, the most fun job that I ever had was working at a place called TG Farms. And it was a greenhouse where we sold plants. It was a fruit stand. They sold at farmers markets, but their main attraction each year was an annual pumpkin patch. We would set up a pumpkin patch. We would set up a corn maze, hay rides. There was animals that people could come, and there was little kids on field trips. There was adults that brought their families, and it was a neat experience where people could get to see these animals and be around a farm that may never ever get to live that kind of lifestyle. And so really YouTube for me is a form of online agritourism. I love getting to show off this heritage breed of cows, the grand old breed that is so awesome, to people all over the United States, all over the world, who may have never came in close contact with a cow, and also to educate other, new breeders who are interested in this type of cow. So, part of my goal for 2022 is to keep on bringing these cows to you guys. So goal number 1 for 2022 for our farm is to AI our 5 registered heifers and cows. Here comes Bernadette. She is our most recent addition to our farm. She is I have to look back. I think she's 3-4 year old, something like that. I have to look at my records. Registered Highland cow. She has a registered Highland heifer calf, Hallie, right back here. And we are going to be AIing Bernadette for a fall baby next year. And our 4 heifers, Embryo, Moose, Pepper, and Jasper, will also be of breeding age in 2022. And so we have been collecting semen straws from a few different sales and a few different places, and that is our number 1 goal to start off the year, is to breed some of these cows artificially so that we can have more registered babies out of them. So for AIing, we have been collecting semen straws from a few different bulls. Right now, we have 10 straws from Symbiosis Sir Titan. Those straws are supposed to be sorted for heifer babies. We have 5 straws from Sweetbriar Epic Lad out of Colorado. He's a more traditional Scottish looking bull. We have 5 straws from Armageddon. He was the 2020 Reserve Grand Champion bull. We have 1 from WL Genesis, who's a silver colored bull, 1 from Drover Hill Exclusive. That's a bull from an older farm. And we also have 1 straw of Broadstone the 18th of Stonecliff. He's a dun colored bull, also from a couple of decades ago. Hey Bernadette. Hey Bernadette. Go get some of those cubes. So goal number 2 on our farm also involves having more registered babies, but instead of AIing our registered cows, we have purchased 9 Highland embryos that we're going to have put inside of our unregistered cows to hopefully have some babies. So with those, there's only about a 50% success rate. So if we have 9 embryos, I'm crossing my fingers for 5 babies, but 4 or 5, I would be totally happy with that. And that would give us even more registered babies out of our unregistered fold. So with goal number 1 and 2 of having more registered calves born on the farm, we have the potential to have 9 or 10 registered calves born on the farm. A couple of the heifers are actually at the vet right now. You might notice that Moose is nowhere to be seen. We'll be picking her up in the next day or so. She is currently being AI'd at the vet. She's been there for a little while now. But those calves will not be born until fall time, so their potential sales won't be until the following year. The third goal for our farm is really about farm improvements, or just, trying to clean this place up a little bit and get it better prepared for running the farm operations. Number 1 and 2 on that list, we'll actually be doing some of that later on today, but number 1 is to fix these skylights. So I have mentioned this several times, but the hailstorm that went through just demolished those skylights. And so I found a company that sells them here locally. We're going to be getting some of those here right after the start of the year to replace those. The second thing on the farm improvement list this year is a corral system. I just got off the phone earlier today with the company that's bringing that out here. They're coming down from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they're not going to get here till about 3 o'clock this afternoon, so probably won't have it installed today, but we're going to put a whole working system just on the other side of the barn here. That way we have a safer way to handle these cows. The next thing on the improvement list that we want to do is try to improve some of these pastures for better baling. You would think with over 100 acres we would find more than 10 acres that was suitable for being baled, but this year about 10 acres was all we were able to bale. Part of that was some of it was just full of briars and weeds. Some of it had so many trees and little cedars and things in the way that it was going to just not make a lot of sense to do. And some of it, of course, is covered with woods. This is the 100-acre wood highlands, but I think we could get up to closer to 20 acres of baleable pasture, and that would mean that we would get most of our hay needs from our own farm. The next farm improvement is going to be to work on some of our pathetic interior fences. Most of the exterior fences of the farm are in pretty good shape. I've actually only ever had a cow get out one time, and it wasn't that big a deal. We just kind of took the gate down and got him back in. But some of our interior fences are who knows how old, and a cow could just walk right through them if they wanted to, which really isn't a huge deal, because if a cow gets from this field to that field, they're still on our property. But an interior fencing system that's a little better would help us to better manage and segregate and separate the cows, keep them in smaller pastures when we need to. The last goal on our farm this year is to look at growing our inventory. So although the focus of our goals for 2022 are to have more births on the farm and registered numbers, I'm always keeping my eye out for purchasing some. So although I may not be able to purchase any of those from the national sale coming up, I would like to add more Highlands to our fold. You know, we've got some white heifers. They're unregistered ones. I'd like to add a registered white one. We've only got one black colored heifer. She's a registered one. That's moose, like chocolate moose. And we only have one dun colored one that's registered. So if I could find it, I would add more registered cows to our fold. And who knows, if these embryos go well, we might try to add some of those too. This is our first year trying that, and so I'm not sure what kind of experience we're going to have with that, but hopefully if it goes well, we'll do some more of that in the future. But as always, thank you guys so much for subscribing to our channel, for following us on Facebook and Instagram. It means so much to me. I love bringing these animals to you guys so you can learn about them and enjoy the fuzzy cows here on our farm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We'll see you guys on the next video.